Mbukeli wamkelekile namuhla kwintandokazi yohlelo Yilungelo Lakho. It's your right. Sinethela lona la kumamba phambili SABC 1 Mzansi for sure. Umajali usefikile eniphathele izinkulu izindaba namhlanje naweke mbukeli uzophiwa phela ithuba ukuthi ushayele ucingo la e-studio ku 011 alternatively 7146919 ungasithumela i-email ku consumer@sabc.co.za. ave sitholakala futhi ku Facebook na ku Twitter. Ngabe sidila naluphi udaba today mbukeli? Let's take a look. Mbukeli ngabe usabhekene nensumansumanye yesikweletu esiphezulu sikamasipala. Well, awukho wedwa mbukeli kulo ndaba baningi eNingizimu Afrika asebelwe iminyaka namazinga aphezulu ezikweletu zikamasipala ngaba amanzi noma ugesi, kodwa idolobha lalapha eGoli noma iCity of Johannesburg lapho phela kutholakale ukuthi le ndaba isifaka amehlo abezindaba lithi ngeke kusaba isikhathi eside ngaphambi kokuthi abathengi bathole izixazululo kule nkinga. Ubuchule eputini wenze naluphando.
Umasipala wedolophu yaseGauteng iCity of Johannesburg ithi esinye sezizathu ezibangela ukuthunyelwa kwabantu i-account ezikhwinisayo okanye ezingacacanga sidalwa ngabahlawuli zinkonzo abathumela inkcukacha ezingonelanga. Kukwakho namagosa kamasipala avela nje aqikelele engazifundanga imitha zamanzi nomba ukubona ukuba umhlawuli uzisebenzise kangakanani na inkonzo ezo. Nto leyo ebangela ukuba abathengi bahlawule imali abangayaziyo. Oko kukhokele ekubeni abantu baqanqalaza bale ukuhlawula ibe ngelo xesha i-account ikhula abe umasipala eyifuna apha lo mali okanye acime umbane namanzi. Xa kunjalo abanye abahlawuli zinkonzo babone ukungcono ukuba beze ngaphambili ukuyotyikitya izivumelwano zenhlawulo yalo matyalo akhwinisayo. Kumaxa amaninzi abahlawuli zinkonzo bayanyanzeleka ukuba baye kwiofisi zikamasipala ukuyotyikitya izivumelwano zokuba baza kwawamela lo matyala okanye ezo account zingachanekanga.
It's 8 days without electricity in my house, so you can imagine how I'm living. So I don't know. I don't think they'll ever be able to do it. There's so many people. We are congested. They can't run anything smoothly. The thing, what happens with us is that you get a huge water bill. And then with us, because we've got an agent, then it's easier to deal with the agent and say, you know what, this cannot be true. I mean, there's just me and my kids in my house, so I cannot be owing 8,000 of electricity a month. That is just not possible. But with other people, it becomes difficult. People get into buildings without pay slips and proper papers, so it becomes difficult to try and sort out leyo mess leyo yabo.
Kodwa umasipala weCity of Johannesburg uthembisa ukuba sebesenza inzame zokusombulula lomba osowuxake abahlawuli zinkonzo.
Thina sithe masifika siyenza ama-assessment wethu sola ukuthi le nkinga inkulu kabi, in fact it's a crisis. Besihleli over 100,000 billing queries abantu balwa nathi ukuthi le sikweleti nisithumele sona, it's not right. But then for some reason the uhulumeni wakudala bekangakwazi ukuresolve le issue. Thina saqala ukuphusha sathi masifika ku May around this year bese sihafule lama queries to around 60,000. Manje mangikhuluma nawe sihleli ku around 70,000 queries. Lama query, the oldest one is about 90 days old.
Ingxaki ekhulu ukuthi mina mangikoloda umasipala uyashesha ukungikhathela amanzi, ukungikhathela. Okay. Umasipala akoloda mina angibhile kakhulu. Akasheshi ukungibhadala back imali yami. Instead uthi no, we'll give you a discount, a rebate. No, ngifuna imali yami back. Okay. Learning overcharge ngayo. So ngibona ukuthi ile ndaba efana nale it's unfair. Umasipala must apologize mawenza a mistake and pay me back my money. Njengoba nami mangikoloda I must pay bangikhathela.
Abahlawuli zinkonzo zikamasipala bayakhuthazwa ukuba nangona uhlawula i-account ekhalazisayo kubalulekile ukuba umntu aqhubeke ehlawula ngexa iingxaki zaloo matyala zisaphandwa. Kukhuthazwa ukuba umntu aqhubeke ehlawula loo mali ebekade ibhatala de kusonjululwe loo ngxaki.
Mawungathola ukuthi umasipala wakudala bekakuthumela isikweleti esingekho emthethweni or esingekho right according to i-consumption yakho, mele uze na yonke i-proof kuma offices wethu nanoma kuphi la uhlala khona, mele kube ne-office yakamasipala bese uyaprove ukuthi umasipala from kudala nakudala bekakubhila kwi-wrong information and overpaya i-account yakho, nayo i-proof. Kanjalo asinayo inkinga, sizokurefund imali yakho.
Uluntu luvakalise izimvo ezohlukeneyo ngalo mba.
Hayi mama, ndiyala akuzukwenzeka because izikhwili zabantu zininzi.
Yebo bazoyiclearisha.
I don't think so.
It's a matter of time. It's not going to be something that's going to be done quickly and easily.
Kodwa ephambili kuninzi yokuba kuzothathwa ixesha elingakanani ukuba oomasipala bayisombulule ngokupheleleyo le ngxaki edla ezimpokothweni zabo. Kwaye xa seyisonjululo le ngxaki ye-account ezingachanekanga, uluntu oluhlawula ngaphaya kokufanelekileyo luzobuyekezwa kanjani na? Buchule Phuthini, Yilungelo Lakho.
Siyabonga kakhulu kwintokazi ke ngalo mbiko ubuchule Phuthini. Mbukeli masamukele izivakashi zethu ezinolwazi olungcono ngale ndaba. Sinaye udokotela uRabelani Dagada obuye kumasipala iCity of Johannesburg. Sinayo futhi insizwa uTsile Maseng ovele kumasipala wasekuruleni. Gentlemen, a very good afternoon to both of you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, MMC, let's start with you. Sichazele kabanzi ukuthi umsebenzi wenina lapha ya kwi-finance nenza kanjani? Ningena kanjani kulo mkhakha ekutheni nizoxazulula ama-billing issues?
Actually, we have made a lot of progress because we are very sensitive about human rights. But other than that, we have a social pact with the people. We promise that when we get into the government, we're going to resolve this billing crisis. We've made huge strides. As I'm talking to you now, we're sitting at around 17,000 open billing queries.
Okay.
The oldest one was lodged February this year. But when we came into government last year, August, we had more than 100,000, and the oldest one was lodged in 2005. So there's some progress.
Oh, all right. We're going to talk about those in greater detail. Utsile, welcome to the show. Nsizochazele kabanzi wena ukuthi umsebenzi wakho lapha kwi-city yasekuruleni yini kahle kahle ngoba siyazwe ngathi nina nenkinga le nkulu yendaba yama-billing issues.
Thank you, Alicia, and good afternoon to your viewers. Maybe let me preface my input by saying that as the city of Ekurhuleni, we don't have a billing crisis. We don't have a billing crisis, but we have queries that are being managed on an ongoing basis. And these are obviously being dealt with, given the fact that we prioritize Batupili being the guiding principles that drive us as the municipality. So I wouldn't want to even say that
it's a crisis.
It is a crisis because we have basically improved our turnaround times. We've made it a point that as and when these are coming through our system, they are quickly resolved and feedback is being given to our customers.
But gentlemen, I hear of this progress and we're going to get into further details later on in the show. But we heard from the insert, you started at 100,000 billing complaints. I mean, let's comment on the insert. People feel that when the city wants to take their money for payment, they take the money, but when they have to refund them, they take forever to refund. And then what if somebody can't afford to pay the current rate, as you are stipulated to pay the current rate up until your billing issue has been resolved? Then what is your recourse there, MMC?
Yeah, I should say that there are main four causes of billing crisis: data, systems, value chain, and people. So I'm going to focus on people. You had people who used to say to the customer, you are claiming that your bill for this month is 70,000 rands, which in my view would be a wrong bill.
Absolutely.
Because it's a single woman who stays with her son, there are no leakages, they don't have swimming pool, but their water bill is 70,000. and then one of our officials will say to this person, pay, or otherwise we're not going to restore your service. Or at least pay 50%. And this woman doesn't have 50% of 70,000 rands.
Not even 10%.
So we are saying none of our bylaws insist on that 50%. Not even our policies. We are saying, look at the customer's affordability, you know, and the customer can bring a bank statement and we can see how we can sign an agreement which then caters for that. But then there are also people that we inconvenience by terminating their services incorrectly. What we are going to start to explore is how can we provide vouchers, because you spend 6 hours without electricity and we terminated mistakenly, which happened elsewhere. So City of Cape Town has such a similar arrangement. It's something that we are also exploring.
But utsele ngiyamuzu MMC ukhuluma ngokuthi you know inkinga iqala from the data collection phase. I understand that, but I mean, what in your view has also led to amakesi amangaka abantu be complain about the very same thing?
Well, it's a variety of issues, Palicia. I'll give you a case in point in our case in Ekurhuleni, for instance. We don't necessarily have an issue or basically a challenge with accuracy in terms of our systems, but it has to do with, for instance, customers coming through and saying, you've been charging me interims for quite an extensive period. And this is always, occasioned by, a variety of challenges, as I said, like, for instance, access to properties where meters are within properties and there is accessibility problems. So as and when these arise, we then obviously come up with interventions. As we speak currently, there is a project that is currently underway with our water infrastructure department, whereby meters are being actually removed from customers' premises to the outside boundaries of properties, so that then.
But isn't it easier for people to tamper with them if they're outside the house? Wasn't that the other concern, to bring them indoors?
Well, no. We are putting them outside of the properties, but there is also a simultaneous project of putting protective structures. So these are outside, we put them outside of the boundaries so that then it's easier for our meter readers to access them. But then coupled with that, we put up protective structures just to ensure that there is there is that mitigation when it comes to tampering and that kind of stuff.
MMC, talk to us about that. I mean, that's a huge issue. If somebody can't gain access to your house to read a meter, and then we hear stories of people standing there and thinking, okay, January she paid 400 Rand, and then they estimate something. Is that the practice that these data captures actually do?
It's one of our major weaknesses in the city of Johannesburg.
So what are you going to do to rectify the issue?
We are, amongst others, we are doing what she's saying, where you have to ensure that we have the actual readings of meters. We are saying by the 15th of December this year, we should at least have done twice 95% coverage of actual readings of meters.
Yes.
As long as we don't do the actual readings, these estimations, which some of them, I think, they're being thumb-sucked.
Absolutely.
If I remember you paid 400 for 3 months and I charge you around that, that's fair. But don't thumb-suck from 400 rands to 15,000 rands.
That's a
so
hefty
amongst
difference.
others, we are going to ensure that there's a quality assurance. There'll be an audit team that goes after those who read meters and check if meters were read.
Hold
Secondly,
it there, MMC.
is
Hold
what
it
they're
there.
saying.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it now because you're touching the point that I really, really want to ponder upon. Masibambe lapho mbukeli sithi shaleleka sayitolo. We're coming back shortly after this. Sekwamukele futhi mbukeli sixoxa ngenkinga la yokuphakama kwama-municipal rates. Usungashayela-ke wena ucingo ubeka umbono noma usibuza umbuzo ku-011 or 7146919. You can email us your thoughts about the show to consumer@sabc.co.za. Alternatively, catch us on our social media networks. Now, besikhuluma ngama-reforms MMC busy ngawo ukuthi nizama ukuthi ni-address these incorrect meter readings, data capturing. I mean, let's look at other ways. I mean, what other options do people have? If umuntu engafuni ukuthi athole le meter le kudinga ukuthi kufundwe ngayo, I know ukuthi kunama prepaid or ukuthi you can do, there's many other ways.
Yes, there are many other ways. As I said, we'll also ensure that we have an audit team that checks if that meter was read.
Okay,
But
how do they do so?
So, because these guys will come back to us and say, today we read 1,000 meters. It was actual reading. But if you check carefully, you'll find that they only read 500 meters. The others, they're lying. So we need to ensure that there's quality assurance. But secondly, where we
Isn't
can't...
there an electronic ways of collecting this data, MMC?
Yes, we had smart meters for electricity, but that project, as you may be aware, is under investigation. It was done the wrong way. The future of meters is around smart meters, both for water and electricity. But for now, where we can't access property because consumers are afraid, or for whatever reason, we're going to ensure that we work with the consumer. The consumer can take the picture and send it to us. That's where we're going. Even there, we will find a way of quality assuring that.
But Utsile, I mean, let's talk about this. Is it only Lana Gauteng, in your view, where we're having these high billing issues, or it's just nationwide?
Well, Alicia, I would say, look, billing queries are a
municipal thing.
A municipal issue.
Yeah, it's an issue,
and it all has to do with your municipality as to how do you basically manage or basically ensure that
So who do we point the finger at? That's where I'm getting at. Who do we point the finger at? Who's not doing what they're supposed to be doing to ensure that the data captured and everything that has to do with the billing, all the systems are intact?
Look, I'll talk about our case. I mean, we have a team of meter readers. They are obviously being managed, quite stringently in terms of the quality of information that they obviously supply us. But over and above that, before that data finds its way to a customer's bill, there is stringent verification processes that is happening.
Like what, MMC?
We, for instance, have got a meter management service contractor that obviously verifies that data to ensure that whatever data that we get, if you, for instance, come and say that we have read 500 from Alicia's house, obviously the expectation should be it's 500 plus going forward. It cannot be, less than that. So there is that quality assurance capacity that we've built in the system to ensure that we verify that. But as the MMC has correctly said, the future should obviously be around smart metering.
Absolutely.
Because ultimately you will then lessen human intervention.
That's true.
You will then obviously mitigate, incorrectness and that kind of stuff. So as it is now currently, we are making it at a point that as and when we are still on this manual process, we have this verification process that is happening behind the scenes.
All right, and I want the MMC to talk about the 30-day resolution process in a minute. We do have Nathan all the way from Davidton. Our first call on the line. Good afternoon, sir. Umbuzo noma umbono?
Yes, sister. Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, you're speaking to Nathaniel Stole from Itwatwa.
Nathaniel, thank you so much for joining us. Go ahead with your question or comment, sir.
Yeah, well, my problem is that, once I went to the municipality office, my intention it was to actually to know in terms of how can I start to pay, the payment about in terms of
your
water,
bill.
water and all those things that, So I tried to know from them, okay, how much my money. So tell me, the month that they told me that I owe, it was too much. I'm still about 75,000 rand or so.
What?
So I tried to know from them, okay, what can I do? Because I'm not working properly, you know. So, but I would like to just face this challenge because
Nathaniel,
yes.
had you been paying your municipal bills every month? I mean, what led to this huge bill of 75,000? Did you miss some certain payments there?
I'm also surprised, actually. I don't know what's going on, you see.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
even until now, actually, I'm surprised. I don't know what can, because I like to follow the instructions so that, you know, I can face these challenges. So
okay.
to do it for my kids.
So, Nathaniel,
so
what are the people saying if you're telling them that this can't be a correct bill?
Well, when I tell everyone, they don't agree with it.
All right, Nathaniel, I hope you have all the documents. I'm going to ask the MMC to direct you directly to his office so that they can see how they can help you. So stay there and watch the show. We'll have all your resolutions and comments after this. Mbugeli, let's quickly take another commercial break. Siyabuya khona manje. Welcome back. Mbukela ubuka Yilungelo Lakho. It's your right khona la ku SABC 1 Mzansi for sure. Ngihleli nezinsizwa la. I'm with Dr. Rabelani Dagada obuya kuMunicipal City of Johannesburg no Mr. Otsile Maseng ovela kuMunicipal wasekuruleni. But Otsile uthe wena ufuna nje uku-addressa indaba kaNathaniel because ngathi uvela ngakunini. 75,000. But Otsile kwenzakaleni?
All right. I think there's two issues that Nathaniel touched on, Lapana. Is the issue of affordability, that's one. But then over and above that is the issue he obviously has approached our offices regarding a payoff arrangement. And maybe this is what I need to basically, express so that then our viewers can actually, understand this. We've got walk-in centers, we've got customer care centers, we've got a call center that is obviously available.
Otinje has tried everything.
Now,
bamtshela ukuthi no wrong kumele abhadale lo 75,000 and he says he kept paying his bills every month and then suddenly 75,000 rand put utsile.
Okay. Now what Nathaniel needs to do obviously in this particular case is to approach his nearest office, being the headquarter office, to come and obviously raise that particular issue so that then we are able to interrogate as to exactly what might have caused that. I'm just saying that because I thought one of the issues that I had heard him indicating was the issue of affordability. And I thought I should just make it a point that make it clear to all of your viewers to say that we've got payoff arrangements, quite extensive extended payoff arrangements to ensure that we deal with this issue of affordability. But as and when there are challenges, probably maybe the person is unemployed or the person or is a pensioner or is a child-headed household, we've got an indigent management program package which we offer for those customers to
and
come.
how do you identify those customers? Do they bring certain documents?
They obviously bring in their proof of income. Now, proof of income being their pay slips, if they are employed. If they are not employed and they are recipient of government grants, then they bring their SASA documentation. Then they automatically, as pensioners, they automatically qualify because the qualifying criteria is an equivalent of 2 state pensions per household. So as and when they approach us around those affordability challenges, then we are able to put them on that indigent management program.
All right, okay. Mbukela, I hope ukuthi uyezwa lapho mangabe uyipension noma ngabe usebenzi zikhona indlela zokuthi uxazulule lento just wena hamba emnyango uyobuza ukuthi yini kahle kahle umnyango ongakusiza ngawo uphatheke lezo incwadi abathi ufike nazo. Sisinonhlanhle Soweto, siyabonga ukubamba Ntokazi umbuzo noma umbone. Good afternoon to you.
Sawubona njani?
Siyaphila Ntokazi, unjani wena?
Mina ngiphilanga sisi Alicia.
Ubulawa yini ma?
Ngibulawa umasipala.
Ukwenzeni?
Umasipala ungibhilile ngendlela ngibhile ngayo ngakolota boma 62,000.
Kusukela nini ma?
Kusukela nje I think nje angisazi ukuthi ngizothi kuningi.
Sekuyinyanga engaki ma kuvane kwafika isikweletu nje lesesikhulu.
Mamela ke sisi usafika isikweletu leso wangithumela kuma lawyers uStofile and Muloto something like that. And then Stofile wangifonela kumele ngibhadale le mali lena ke ngalokho ngiyibhadala ngize ngayekela umsebenzi ukuze ngithole imali ngayibhadala yonke leyo mali le kumele ngiyibhadale uMasipala. Sengicela ukuyibhadala sengikolota kahle kabo ma 300 rand per month. Ngiyahambela ngelinye ilanga ngiya laphayana eTuso House ngiyobhadala lo 300 rand ngokolotayo. Mangifika khona bakhipha ama invoice awu 1000 khona manje ngihleli ama invoice awu 56 kuthiwa asegameni lami ngikolota over 500,000 ngikolota oma 92,000 ngikolota into eziningi mangithi ngiyakhuluma kuthiwa ngihambe ngiyemaphoyisa emithiwa mangifika ku officeini ngothola omunye usisi wangitshela ukuthi hayi it was a problem of uMasipala they were on transition so bazothatha lama bill bawanikeze ama rightful owners. So mina every day angisakhona ukuphumula ngifonelwa ama lawyers ngifonelwa ngithi nje ngingazazi eziko road report eziko kuphi yonke igoli inegama lami ne-ID number yami ngiloku ngiyabhilwa ngezindlu manje engingasazazi.
Sisinonhlanhla ikhona iMMC lana ngizocela ukuthi ushiye inamba zakho neproducer yethu kanti ukhona futhi nobhuti Otsile I'm sure ukuthi bobabili phakathi kwabo ubafonele personally bazokufonela personally sizokutholela isixazululo yezontokazi.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu Alisha because ngathi mangithi uMasipala ngicela banginikeze ophethe umanager kwathiwa I can't go through to that so ngizobashiyela inamba yami please ngicela ningisize
manje okay all right ke sisinonhlanhla ongitshele kodwa bakakuvalela ugesi okwamanje.
Bayeza badluphule lento lengaphandle baphinde bayenze angithi manje kodwa ngiphinde ngile ukuthi mina ngibhadalile ngiyabhadala esami esikolweni.
Yebo sithando sami
nalesi sami ke engasiyekela umsebenzi uze ngizibhadale senze ngiyasikwatela into yes akusizi ngiyabhadala every day ngithola ama letter ifoni ama message ngiyakolota kuphi indle se road 40 indle sesowethe ngayazi indle ese East Rand.
Okay ntokazi sesinonhlanhla sizokuphendula ntokazi ungancami uyezwa bakhona obhuti la bazokusiza sestories eFosleras ngiyakwamukela ntokazi awuthi qabaqaba nje sizoza umbuzo wakho before siye ekhefini.
Hallo sisi uyazi ukuthi inkinga yami ikuphi?
Yebo ma.
Angaze ngireceive ibill yamanzi ye-electricity.
Yebo.
Since bagcina ukungithumelela amabill ngo May this year.
How?
Kuze kube namhlanje angaze ngireceive ibill yenansi kagesi.
Bathi
since ngingareceive ibill uma ngifona ikhala ifoni bayithendule bakuholdise on hold forever. Then isizwe sakhona ke ngize ngagcinele ngiyobhadala 50 rand a month because now angiyazi ukuthi ibill yami yini. Kanti ngapha emanzini khona ngiyisolve le problem ngoba ngiyangayo kwenza indigent ngiyipensioner.
Okay ma, okay.
Ngiyangayo kwenza indigent bayilungisile iright yamanzi. Inkinga ile electricity. So ngicela ukwazi kulo baba lo hleli naye lapho ukuthi electricity fanele ngiyithini how do I pay electricity ngoba abakaze
abakakuthumeli ibill ma siyabonga kakhulu.
Bahlalile bathulile bathethu so angibazi ukuthi baqonde ukuthini bothi beqhamuka
nenkulu imali. Okay ma siyabonga kakhulu. Okay ma siyabonga kakhulu. Unfortunately I had to cut her there because kumele sibuyele ngaseyitolo mbukeli sizoba nezimpendulo zabo emva kwalokho. Welcome back mbukeli siyathatha ucingo la e-studio 0117146918 or 7146919 email address ayikakashintshi consumer@sabc.co.za siyatholakala futhi ku Facebook na ku Twitter. Let's address these ladies. MMC ngiyakuzwa uthi usisinonhlanhla you will personally call her. Sisinonhlanhla he's about to address you Nsizwa ngicela umthatha.
Yes indeed I'm going to call her today still. I was listening to her query. It seems to me there's something fraudulent about that query. We're going to do something about it. We'll definitely be able to help her.
MMC, have you had similar complaints like our Nonhlanhla, perhaps?
Yes, you would remember that 3 weeks ago, 8 of our staff members were arrested because of suspected fraudulent activities. We think during the course of this week, around 10 more may be arrested. So there is indeed some people who are doing some fraudulent and corrupt activities.
All right, let's talk about Umamu Dorothy from Efosleres. She says she has not received her bill since May this year. She's even she took the onus herself. Let me go pay 50 Rand a month because I don't want to sit with a completely huge bill when it finally comes through. What causes the municipality to not send through the bills? I know this is a common problem. What is it?
Well, Alicia, the issue of undelivered mails it's mainly related to the service that we are getting from the South African Post Office. And on numerous occasions we obviously have had interventions in that regard to make sure that they up their game in terms of ensuring that whatever bills that we give them finds their way to the customers. But what we have also done as the municipality is to ensure that those customers that have got access to online, services,
Payments,
whether internet and all of that, there is an online tool which is isiakhokha. They can access their bills on www.isiakhokha.co.za, which is an online paying tool for citizens of Ekurhuleni, where they can download their bills and be able to make payments using that particular tool. But in terms of postage delivery, that is one aspect that is currently under review with our postal colleagues to make sure that they up their game in that space.
Absolutely, the delivery of those bills, because even if people do want to pay, they find that they're not getting the bills and they don't even have the means to check what they owe for that month. Let's take a look now at your social media input there on Facebook. There is no way this issue can be solved because these people are working together with police and government works. MMC, you just spoke about this. I mean, are you doing a thorough investigation to root out any of these people that shouldn't be working in a municipality or in a space where they're dealing with public funds?
We are indeed actually, we are also working with the banks. When banks get money that they think is suspiciously deposited into an employee's account, they alert us. So we will indeed resolve this problem.
All right, let's have a look at more Facebook messages. Municipalities have to decrease the prices. People will never, ever afford this money. Which takes me back to this point that I wanted to refer back to. The issue of, we know there's a ruling recently, MMC, that talks about the fact that you're not longer liable for previous municipal debt. So how are you going to resolve those cases where people have had incorrect billings, but they've been living in this property, but they had inherited the previous owner's debts?
Fortunately, the city of Johannesburg didn't have that problem. We are one of those cities that were not part of that case.
Oh, that's
what
good.
we do, we insist that before you sell your property, you clear your debt. So we are covered there.
All right. And when it comes to izinto zama-sectional title, abantu abarentayo Bhutotsile, then who should really be receiving the bill? Tenant receive a bill or a body corporate issue a bill? Who actually is the right person that should be issuing at the bill?
Well, the bill, I mean, for instance, the owner of the property has to get the bill. In terms of sectional title units, what we normally do is that the owners of units would obviously get a separate bill that basically speaks to their rates and taxes as well as their water and electricity consumption. But you have body corporates accounts whereby you would find that they basically take care of the rates and taxes account.
The sectional titles.
That's right. So you would have a situation whereby we actually bill that body corporate, and then obviously then they manage it within their members of the body corporates there.
I wonder who determines the price for that, hey? I'd like to know. Maybe the MMC is going to tell me in a short while. Let's welcome Mrs. Kleiner all the way from Boksburg. Mrs. Kleiner, a very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Your question or comment, please.
Good afternoon to a very interesting program.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Go ahead with your input.
I have a son that stays in Greenstone.
Yes, ma'am.
Since July, he got a water account for 130,000 rand.
What?
130,000. I've got all the names, I've got all the contacts that we went to beg to look at the account.
Has it been paid, Mrs. Kleiner?
My son went to I'm looking straight in your eyes. My son went to take out a loan on his house. He stays in Greenstone. He went to take a loan out on his house. He borrowed money from work to pay that 130,000 rand.
And what's the latest now, ma'am? Do they still want more money? Are they still sending him more bills? How can we help you resolve your situation, your
Well,
son's
where did we
situation?
go to for help? We went to Santon to see if they can look at the account.
Is that where he stays in Greenstone, ma'am?
He stays in Greenstone, but the man works in Mozambique to put cranes up. So he's not home. I've reconciled the account from 2012. The nonsense started in December 2016 with this estimated. I've got the entire file. We went to see people at the offices in Santon.
What are they saying there?
They'll make a plan. And my son cannot afford that 130. He has to pay it back.
Mrs.
When
Kleiner.
we went there, madam, and I've got it in writing. I'm 72 years old. I'm very on clue with this. When we went there, the gentleman said his meter is out of order. I said it's not. Your computer is out of order.
Mrs. Kleiner, listen, ma'am, can you please also, I'm just going to ask you to leave your contact details. The MMC has promised that he would give those viewers that come through today so that he can talk to you directly and try and find a resolution to that query. A very quick one, MMC.
All I can say is that we're going to contact the customer and we'll ensure that they're helped.
All right, because he says umntana wakhe doesn't even stay in the house. He's always out of the house, but he's receiving 130,000 rand municipal debt. Yo, it's time for our final break. Siyabuya khona manje. Ngoba sekuzophela isikhathi mbukeli. Let me take our final caller there, Ma'am Ann, all the way from F4 Slaughterhouse. Ma'am Ann, awuthi qaba nje ntokazi khona uzothola isisombululo before sihamba namhlanje. Sawubona.
Yebo njani?
Siyaphila ma.
Okay. Mina nginamabhili ayi-2.
Yebo ma. Awani.
Yes, so awamanzi.
Okay.
Yeah, so njengoba nginamabhili ayi-2, eyi-1 ngiyayibhadala 300 rand per month. Le S2 kuthiwa seyisemaloyeni.
Ngoba
umama washona.
Okay. Le S2 ma yakuphi yabani? Why ikhokhelo wena?
Umuntu oyi-1 oyi-2 azange ngichange.
Okay.
Yeah, zoyi-2 azange ngisayichange ezikamama zoyi-2.
Okay ke ma, all right. So at this stage uhleli kwimali engakanani isikweletu nokuthi sikusize kanjani thina?
Leso sinye it's 14,530.
Okay.
Lesi abathi sisemaloyeni.
Okay ma.
Lesi ngisibhadalayo it's 1.251 rand.
Okay.
So ufuna ukwazi ukuthi njengoba bathi ngisemaloyeni kumele ngenze njani ngisemaloyeni ngathi ngoba umama washona.
Okay. All right. Okay ke ma, siyabonga kakhulu. But Utsele, do you want to quickly address her there? She says she's got 2 bills, umama washona, and then the other one is in arrears of about 14,000 something, and the other one she pays 300 rand a month for.
I think umama would obviously have to approach us how best possible can we assist her.
For her situation,
For her situation, because if Ilohore, the mother has passed on, obviously that is a deceased account, and there is a way that we handle those type of accounts.
Okay,
That's right. But what I also need to alert our residents on is that we also go out on community outreach programs.
Okay.
Phosphorus, for instance, and I see that we've got 2 callers from Phosphorus.
Yeah.
We were in Phosphorus 2 weeks ago, whereby we were inviting all residents to come forth to come and address this type of issues with us, so that then we can advise them as to how best possible, can they be assisted.
Okay.
Over and above that, the previous caller, I think in Dorothy.
Yeah. No. Uma uKleinar was a Boxburg.
No. Met Lena Rona Buaga account ko Santin.
Yeah.
But
Mam Doris
that's right.
Yeah.
She spoke to issue pertaining to indigent management to say uthola fela a certain benefit ya water.
Yeah.
Now that is a basket of benefits. It includes both water and electricity as well as rates. So it will basically be important that she also, we get her contacts so that then we can actually ensure that then she gets a full bouquet of benefits in that regard.
All right. Okay, Mamto, I hope ukuthi usalalele ntokazi ngathi unama benefits weneza ngalapho wena ubhuti utsile is in a giving mood. Thinta ke office lakhe nibone ukuthi bangakusiza kanjani. Let's look at the final Facebook messages there. Kuthando Stano put some people pay water bills, however it kept on escalating and you find that you owe 75. There is this 75,000 rand. Is this the rounded number, MMC? And if you want to set an agreement with the municipality, maybe you have to pay 4.5 per month. However, the municipality will want 75,000 rand in full, or else they will cut your water. Is that even allowed? The MMC is going to address that quickly. Let's look at the last one before the MMC addresses that one. So Nwabile Vincent Tai says the way people are being overcharged by the municipality is ridiculous because it does not even remain at a certain amount. It just keeps on escalating higher and higher. I feel sorry for the poor. They don't have a choice but to continue with the situation, whether it's sour or bitter, that needs those lights. MMC, people are crying out there. They're saying this issue, it seems like it's falling on deaf ears, but these problems are ongoing.
Actually, we are making lots of progress. And as I said earlier on, we don't insist that the customer should pay the full amount, especially when there's a billing query around that amount. What we say is that pay what you can afford. You can bring your bank statements and other evidence to show that this is how much you can pay.
You can afford,
and then we can get into acknowledgement of debt.
Okay. MMC, talk to us about the open days. How will the consumers benefit with that? Are you going to be having open days?
Yes, we're going to continue. We've had one.
Okay.
The intention is to have 7 more by the end of the financial year.
Open days.
So what we do in the open days, we bring everybody who deals with billing, people who read meters, our technical people, our engineers, people who do refunds, the MMC is there, the speaker is there, the mayor. So by the time you leave, your problem is resolved. If it means we come to your home with the mayor and do the actual reading, we do that.
Wow. Okay. So where can people get more information about these open days?
We've made the agreement with the SABC in particular.
Okay.
That each time we do them, we'll alert the SABC so that they can tell our people.
Mbukele, I hope ukuthi uzwileke lapho Pututsile your closing statements today. Insizwa bakhala ngakunina lapha esithi yakho sekuruleni. Bakutholapho wena.
No. Tina, we are based in Benoni.
Okay.
That's where our offices are, but we've got offices throughout the municipality of Ekurhuleni.
Okay.
All 9 towns of Ekurhuleni, we've got those walk-in centers there. So we encourage our customers to say, as and when they get all these challenges, they should not be challenged. Beze, so that then we can assist them.
All right, Mbukeli, there's nothing more we can say ngalesikhathi esisele. Hayi-ke, we're out of time. Njengamanje uthi ngibonge izivakashi zethu ngesikhathi nolwazi lwabo. Ngiphinde ngibonge nani babukeli ngokubamba iqhaza ohleleni namhlanje. Please join us again next week, Monday from 12 midday for another live consumer affairs discussion. We do have repeats every Thursday right here on SABC 1 at 10 o'clock to 11. I'm Alisha Ajali. This is SABC 1. Goodbye.